Hey, I'm Sam Peterson. I'm the author of two books, Trunky, Transgender Junky, and Sugar, A Memoir of Craving. I'm an old gay trans guy with bad teeth who likes knives. This is new for me. So I wanted to share my love of knives with you, but I'm not going to rate them or show you the newest and most fancy. There are so many people out there who do that and do it well. But I will talk about my emotional and psychological connection with these objects. I will queerly share my queer love of knives with you. Neck knives. Neck knives. Why would anybody wear a neck knife? That was the very question I asked myself when I came across a cute little 5 1/4 inch fixed blade online at knifecenter.com. Whoa, hold up a minute there, son. What's a fixed blade? What's a fixed blade, you ask? It's a knife that does not fold. It usually goes partially or completely into the handle. This part is called a tang. So this little bad boy fixed blade, this little 5 inch cutie was a neck knife. Like I was supposed to wear it around my neck. Who needs to wear a knife around their neck? What kind of knife obsessed freak wants that? I imagine those guys you see once in a while riding a bike in your neighborhood. They're all in black with faux and real military gear strapped to every part of real estate that's not a joint on their bodies. I thought of really butch guys who are super into killing beautiful living creatures. I thought of Ted Nugent. Back before I was a trans guy, when I was someone who thought, sadly, that they were stuck being a gender they had no business being, I went through a real jewelry wearing journey. At first, there was the 80s, of course, so I wore a lot of pearls or ornately couched colored glass brooches. I really hammed it up. Think Prince and the Revolution. Around then, I observed from afar that I had a little problem with drugs. So I went to some NA meetings. They were entrancing, except for all the 12-step bullshit. I loved the stories. I loved their talk of spirituality. I kind of felt like 12-step meetings were there for live action dramatic storytelling. Anyway, they got me thinking about my own spirituality. Obviously, I could not do anything conventional or patriarchal. I had read Andrea Dworkin's Woman Hating at age 19, and it changed my life forever. So I began studying Wicca. Wicca, or witchcraft, is packed with ritual and theater. There's even a knife you get to wave around for spells or to honor the gods and stuff. It's called an athame or a theme. It's a traditional witch knife. But that's not where I'm going with this. Jewelry. I started getting into having talismanic charms on a leather cord around my neck. I had a 14 karat gold Celtic cross, a quartz crystal, and I kept adding or subtracting to this compilation as whim took me. I had a long between the breasts cord with various metals and stones. They complemented the talismanic tattoos I was getting around the same time. It was very soothing. I cannot say why. There is something equally soothing and appealing about that little canary. That's its name, the 5 inch fixed blade. I began to look at other small knives, not with the idea that I would wear them, but that I would collect them. I ordered this little Boker made beauty who has a fairly low end steel, but it is so satisfying to look at. It's like a snail or something. I also discovered this piece of incredibly fabricated metal. It's M390 steel, which is like the best, with crowned edges all round, jimping for your finger pads. Italian made, Scandinavian design, and we know how much I love a Scandi design. Had to have it. I bought for grins, really, this teeny tiny Spyderco replica that actually works. I love a miniature. Who doesn't? My inner child is salivating. Ooh, gross. Cut it out, inner child. The day the Canary arrived, you know I had to try it on. I had to. I couldn't imagine. So I quickly Amazoned some cordage and I began my necklace making. I tied it as close around my head as I could. I wanted it to land right on my sternum. And it did. It was in its Kydex sheath, snug as a bug. No way it could fall out without me pulling it out, satisfyingly resting upon my welcoming breast. I had this feeling I had been here before. I had this atavistic, primordial memory of chipping away at rock with my hammerstone, wrapping it cautiously in animal hide cord, then carefully placing it over my head and tying it around my neck. I could smell smoke and meat and human stink. Everything turned from dusk to dawn in a blink of an eye. There I was with my amulet weapon. It was awesome. I beg you, don't mock me and my childhood childish dreams of primordial crafts and rock spirit. It's very cool to wear this thing. I don't do it often. I've noticed that the more progressive I get politically, the more I code right with my neck knife and my knife store hoodie and my fifth pocket multi-tool. These days, I carry this little tiny Spyderco folder and an interesting piece of G10 resin. It's a little dog tag, and it's in a pattern that Kaiser Knives assure us is serape. Not gay, Mexican. Whatever. I think of it as subversively queer. It also says etched on it, rule number 9. Rule number 9 is appropriated from a character on NCIS named Gibbs, played by Mark Harmon, who apparently famously intoned, "Don't go anywhere without a knife." To which I must add, don't go anywhere without a knife necklace. Hey, if you like that video, please click like and subscribe.